Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is Minette Michelle Davis Jackson, nicknamed Mickey, and also known as King David Resurrected. I'm also Eve, the mother of all living resurrected. We're going to talk about the deceitful plan the enemy submitted to Mighty God AHAYAH up in heaven in order to save the kingdom in case a war broke out. But their plan actually was to annihilate the holy seed from heavens and earth in order that Satan and his hosts can reign. But they failed. Their plan failed. Mighty God AHAYAH is extracting them out of the earth and sending them back to the unquenchable lake of fire. When we were up in heaven, again, Mighty God AHAYAH asked the nobles and the councils to submit a plan that will save the kingdom in order to save the kingdom in case a war broke out. I had actually overheard those men that were so close to the king, how they were submitting a plan to annihilate the holy seed, poisoning the food and water, etc., etc. Well, Adam at the time, Esdras, I told him what I had heard, and we needed to get this information to the king because the enemy was trying to annihilate, kill the king and the entire kingdom of heaven. So Adam at the time, he stalled those nobles because they were so close to the king like glue. He stalled them so that I can have time to see the king and submit this information to the king. And when I saw the king, he was the futuristic Idris Elba, who is Mighty God AHAYAH, I am that I am, and the Messiah YashaYah, according to John 1:1. And he told me, do you know that you're trespassing and that's the grounds of death? I say, yes, but it's very important that you hear this information that I need to submit to you in order to save the kingdom. And I gave the plan. Again, I'm King David, and at the time I was David, submitted the plan to Mighty God AHAYAH. And the plan was that Mighty God AHAYAH, the son who was Adam, would come back, but with the king's face. But Adam and Mighty God AHAYAH, I am that I am, they are identical. You can't tell them apart. One spirit, one flesh. And so when I submitted the plan to the king, he said, are you sure you can do this? I said, yeah, but the plan was when Mighty God AHAYAH knew the enemy plan was to annihilate them, our plan, to start our plan off, we had to clean up. We actually submitted to clean up the mess of the enemy, and then our plan will go into effect, and then Mighty God AHAYAH will bring down heaven on earth, which heaven is inside of us. He will activate his spirit inside of us and allow heaven to spring forth on earth. And again, we've been through this before. And I remember it was very, like he mentioned in his Bible, was dark, gray, cloudy, like a volcano had erupted. It was gray and it was like soot all over us and stuff. And so we saw dead plants and stuff, and we touched it, and they came alive, very vibrant and beautiful. So again, we're coming up on this, and we've been through this before. We had made it to paradise, but the children in paradise had started sinning. And Mighty God AHAYAH said, let's take them back through the tree of good and evil, the second Exodus again. And he also wrapped up many projects in one. We're also becoming quickening spirits, the second phase, the final phase. So again, we are inside of Mighty God AHAYAH's body, inside the matrix. And the matrix is the womb. You know, he says, all those who open the womb, the matrix, the firstlings are his. And again, the protector, when Mighty God AHAYAH finished the 6-day creation and rested the 7th day, I was with him, his wife. I am, again, Eve resurrected, and he called me David. We rested. And his good Torah was a protector. And those that were watching us while we were asleep, they betrayed us and thought to enter the matrix where Mighty God AHAYAH and I were. I was his daughter. He was raising me to be his wife. And that's another reason why he hated Esau, the white man, the white cherub, Lucifer that fell. Because Lucifer knew that Mighty God AHAYAH created me to be his wife. He was raising me first as his daughter. But Lucifer, he's a gay homosexual. He wanted to be Mighty God AHAYAH's wife instead. So what did he do in this last final phase? He transposed himself into a female. Satan right now, again, Sabrina Dowry Elba, who is Satan in a dress, wanted to be Mighty God AHAYAH's wife. So he thought to kill us just to mate with mighty God Ahayah all these years. So again, in the scripture, mighty God Ahayah tells us that he will establish David's kingdom forever. And this is the reason why. Again, David had submitted a plan to mighty God Ahayah to save the kingdom. And that's the plan that's actually in effect now, because mighty God Ahayah, or avenging us of our debts, and the plan that the enemy submitted to annihilate his holy seed from the heavens and the earth. So I briefly wanted to go over that. So what's happening in the earth and why mighty God Ahayahs hate Esau, the white man, and he's plucking Japheth's descendants, Noah boys, the three boys, Japheth, Ham, and Shem. He's plucking Japheth's descendants and Ham descendants from the earth and sending them back to the Sun, the unquenchable lake of fire. This whole theme is like Cinderella, the Cinderella or the Cinderfella story, the two stepchildren against Shem, which is, you know the Cinderella story. So in the end, the two wicked stepchildren and the wicked stepmama, who is actually Satan transformed in the dress, they're the ones going to be poor, and you know how the Cinderella story goes. So that's actually what's happening. We're in a Cinderella theme in this ending. And Jacob's plan, like I said, is in effect. We're cleaning up the mess that the enemy has done. And many presidents that come in and go out the office, they still sacrificing humans. Donald Trump is Lucifer. Satan also. He has many vessels that he hop in and out. He tries to be like mighty God Ahayah, but he's just a copycat. And many scientists says like that our bodies can't be in the same place in the same time, multiples, but they don't know they are lying. Mighty God Ahayah, we're inside his body, and we both can be in different places at the same time, our spiritual body and our natural body. I have seen myself in the lower body, the human body. And I had mentioned this previously in previous ministries that I had spoken to you about. So I just briefly wanted to go over what's happening on earth, the plan, the horrible plan that the enemy submitted to save the kingdom was actually to destroy the kingdom, destroy the holy seed, but it backfired on them. And now mighty God Ahayah is extracting them from the earth. He say the enemy, the heathen, will be destroyed by slaughter, by fire, his all-consuming fire, the full cup of wrath without mixture. And again, we're coming up on the delivery, salvation and delivery. The most recent post I had posted, the womb, the matrix, and we're upside down, about to be delivered. So I briefly wanted to go over that, about all the debts and all the catastrophes that's happening in the earth. The plan the enemy submitted backfired on them. And again, mighty God Ahayah, I am that I am, and YashaYah, the Messiah, the Son, the Father, and the Son, and the Mother, and the holy angels and the saints. We're all down here in the pit of hell, the lowest dimension of earth, one of the hollow places mentioned in the book of Enoch, where we are judging, and everybody in this dimension has to leave. Some of us will be instantly changed at the twinkling of an eye, and some of us will fall asleep. So I just wanted to briefly go over that, and I want to thank you for listening. In YashaYah's name.